Dear microKorg, I turn to you in a moment of deep confusion and emotional upset. The past year has been wild, to say the least. I met a Behringer neutron and immediately fell in love. I spent an intense week with an Alpha Juno. I got very intimate with a Casiotone 701. What a cougar of a synth. I even got my hands on an FC1 and made it climax heavily. My addiction to making love with new synthesizers knows no limits. Whenever I am at my friend's place, I can't get enough of his Minilogue and Juno 106. And whenever there's a new beauty sitting in my local music shop, I go to check her out. And then there's you. Your looks are outdated, and so is your sound engine. Neither are you vintage nor analog. You're really not the kind of synth I'm usually into. Yet, after having all these beauties around me, I always come back to you. I've been living in denial of the feelings that I have for you. It's time to set things straight. Our story starts many years ago. It was around 2010 and I had newly discovered making electronic music with my friends. My electrical guitar wasn't enough for me anymore and I had seen you on stage in many concerts. While you were on the market for some years already, there was not much competition in the area of low-budget synthesizers at that time. Oh yes, we had a lot of fun when I got you. You immediately became a fixed part of any jam session, but while we enjoyed each other, our relationship remained superficial. I had no idea about synthesis at that time, and with you, I didn't have the right tool to learn it. While I figured out how to use your awesome arpeggiator, I never really learned about the secrets hidden inside your complex editing matrix. Editing oscillators, envelopes and using your virtual patch bay was way too unattractive, so I only kept tweaking your presets. Years passed. You were there when I had my first electronic live performance. You kept me company during all those years, even though I didn't always treat you well and often focused on my guitar. Then, it was a year ago, I met my friend's Juno 106. For an afternoon I tweaked its analog faders, and all of a sudden envelopes, oscillators and filters made sense to me. When I came back to you, I had a whole new synthesizer in front of me. Eagerly I read your manual for the 50th time. When I touched you, it felt as intense as on the first day. I carefully approached you, mixing in a second oscillator, slightly detuning it to fatten the sound. Quickly I figured out how to play with your LFOs to get all kinds of noises out of you that I never expected from you. And to my own surprise, I did not care about you being a digital analog modeling synthesizer. Your sound engine was already taken from the older NS2000 synthesizer when you were created in 2002. When everything was moving towards software synthesizers, you stood your ground as a successful piece of hardware. You were the archetype of affordable and transportable synthesizers, foreshadowing the return of hardware synths that we experience right now. Today, 17 years after you came out, you are still in production. I am surrounded by nice synthesizers. Some of them are vintage, some of them are analog, yet I get passionate whenever I touch you. I know your filters' sweet spots. I know how to make you scream. Even though I got you brand new, you by now look vintage from the many times I've carried you around in my backpack. Your keys are worn out from how much I used you, and I had to open you up to resurrect you from being damaged by spilled drinks and battery leakage. I do not understand myself anymore. Objectively, you are the least desirable synth in my studio. Yet something always draws me back to you. But I don't want to complain about that anymore, because I enjoy every second with you. I feel bad what I did to you in the past. You deserved better treatment than what I did to you when I didn't know what I was doing. I got frustrated with you many times. I was close to even let you go completely, and I am sorry for that. Meanwhile, I know how to treat you, but the world around us has changed. While you stood your ground, I had to change as well. I hope you can understand that you are not enough to satisfy an addicted synth nymphomaniac as I am, and I hope you can forgive me. You will always have a place in my heart, and I will always get back to you, because I know that after all, I can rely on you when it's most important. And I have to say thank you from my deepest heart for that. Forever in love, Synths and Sounds.